Okay, everyone. Sorry about that. I am using a totally new Zoom account, so I don't have all of my presets done. So anyway, hello, everyone. Welcome to today's Friday Q&A. Hello, Maria. If you guys are not members yet, you can go to visionmarketinganddesign.com and you can become a member. So if you just want to use the tools for or if you're looking to create an agency using High Level, you can get a free trial there as well. And if you're not sure what you need, you could also book a demo and I will meet with you and help you make that decision, hopefully. So how are you, Maria and Janai and Marcel? Hello, everyone.
Doing great, Bridget. How you doing?
Good.
Doing great.
Good.
Good. Actually, you mind if I get started? I might not be able to stay on. I might have to ask the questions and follow up.
Go ahead. That's what we're here for.
Great. Can I actually share my screen?
Oh.
Wonderful. I did a website. I'll wait for you to enable it.
Oh, it says that you don't have. See, this is what I get because.
No problem.
It says you can share.
It says I can. Let me try it again. Got it. Okay, I got it.
It said it's a new Zoom account. So.
No problem, man. No problem. I built a website widget with Bridget, and I'm real slow. Forgive me. I'm real slow at getting all the information from your tutorials, which I'm working on. But I did build a website on the platform for a client of mine. I haven't gotten his. I wanted him to give me some pictures of his, but I just built some of the pictures are from Canva. A couple of the pictures are from selling my house. So I just did this website. It took about a day and a half. So, I'm kind of pleased with getting something out on this platform. My questions are first, critique. What I want to do is, what do you think so far? What could bring out some wow factors in this?
First of all, I think it looks really good. I think it looks very clean. Okay. And, so that's definitely what I noticed right away. I would say this first fold, it is so important. Yes. I would like to see something there that's like
call to action.
Yes, like a call to action and something really like a headline that like hits a pain point, like what the person who's going to this website, and of course this gets into copywriting and I got you. But if you think about like the psychology of the person who is going to hire this business, okay, what's their pain points? What's their problem? What can this business offer that most other construction companies wouldn't? And then whatever that call to action is, I would be like pain point in the headline and then, kind of reiterate it with a sub headline and then have a call to action. So whether it's call us or, preferably fill out a form to get a quote or something like that, but definitely a call to action.
Sounds good. Now, to follow up with that, I like what you said there. The tools that I have in our back office, am I able to do like a calendar and a funnel? I'll probably do a sales funnel for this person, but email campaign, all of that is what I can use in the back office, correct?
You can. But you will have to, because you have a Team Vision account, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So let me see. This is under this where I was building.
That's your Team Vision. Yeah.
Okay.
So you can do these things for this has been like a hot topic this week. I feel like
Okay.
you definitely can do that within your account, but there are certain things that you can't use clients for within your Team Vision account, because High Level is it's a platform for agencies. Okay. So when they create the sub account, it's not really designed for an agency, it's for the client. So it's for a local business client. So when you have like the conversations tab, and then you connect your Google and connect your Facebook, there's only one account that can be connected to that. So you can definitely add, your client's email address. You can do campaigns and things like that. You'll just have to be a little bit more meticulous about tagging and making sure that you're keeping each client separate. So it's.
I want to do a domain for this client. I can build a domain for this client, and then once the domain is built, can I create an email like info@edbrothers.com, and then that email can go to the CRM that I have in the back office? Is that possible?
You can add as many emails as you want to. So you'll go to like your domain registrar. So if you're using Bluehost or GoDaddy or whatever, yeah, and then you will create depending on what system. Like I use Bluehost, so I create my emails using Bluehost. Right. So you'll want to create the emails ahead of time. Okay. But then when you go to High Level, all you're doing is just connecting the STMP server. So you're maintaining your email. You're like, I like to say, if I was like the worst email person on the planet and I didn't hire someone to make, it doesn't matter because you're hosting your own email. Okay. So when I was starting the agency and I went to High Level, I'm like, oh, you can do rebilling and you can do all of this. But I just want you guys to have full control over that. I know there's nothing more frustrating than realizing you just built all of this stuff out and the email system you were using gets bad delivery rates. And now you're you don't have control. So I wanted to empower you guys to be able to do that. So that's why I just turned that off. So it's not going to charge you anything for sending emails. Everything that has to do with emails is totally up to you and however you do it. But that's what I was saying is all you have to do is connect the STMP settings, just like you would your cell phone or whatever. And then you can send back and forth from any email, as many emails as you want to. And
it'll be captured, it'll be captured in the CRM that's in our office.
As long as the client, like let's say you send an email to Bob the plumber, and then he emails you back. As long as he is in your system already, then yes, all of that conversations, the correspondence will be in the conversations tab.
Because I like what you said in the past, that all the conversations can be funneled into one system. You have your social media contacts, your texting, and your emails. All of that can be funneled into one system in this platform?
Yes. But the thing is though, and this, I keep trying to like really drive home because I know it's kind of confusing to people. When it comes to like your Facebook page, okay. Because your sub account is actually like a client account, you can't have multiple Facebook pages connected. Okay, just one Facebook page. So while you can do the clients and the emails and the texting back and forth and all of that within your sub account, if you're looking for like Google My Business, the communication with that and Facebook and all that, you need to have an agency account. So I would go High Level at the $297, and then that way you can give each client their own sub account, and they can connect their Google My Business, they can connect their Facebook, and all of that. But if you just want to do it in your sub account, yes, you can do emails, you can do texting, you can do phone calls, but when it comes to those specific things, that's kind of where it gets a little hairy because
Well,
it's not really designed.
here's what I'll do. I'll start with one account since we have the one account, and I want to try it out because I want to try it out, and maybe you can. I'll look at some of your tutorials and try it out with because I don't want to jump into something new when I don't know about it. And again, you see how slow I am with the number of things that I'm doing, but at least there's progress here.
Yeah, and that's totally okay. And that's what I want you to do. I want you to see, dig around and see if it's a good solution for you. And if you're ready to upgrade or you never decide
Right.
to upgrade, all we need to do is take a snapshot of your account, which is
Mm-hmm.
basically just like it says, we'll make like an exact copy of your account, and then it will you can just take that to your agency account.
Okay. All right. That
Very,
sounds
very
good.
smooth transition.
And two more other things. Well, let me talk about this other one will be a quick. The digital business cards that you had on your previous platform, is it working out on this platform too? A digital business card, it's funny. Somebody gave me a physical business card, and with COVID, the digital business card is just a great thing to do. So with this platform, how is that integrating or working out?
Rebuilt a lot of those things. Right now, honestly, I'm just like what are we, 3 weeks into the platform?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm just trying to get my own business built and my clients
Gotcha.
converted, and I've added support, things like that. So I haven't gotten to the point where I'm rebuilding all the things that I had before, but it's kind of a good thing because it makes you think, okay, if I'm rebuilding it, what do I really want on there? And
Okay.
honestly, rebuilding like my own digital business, I mean, the process is the same, right? You have
Okay.
all the same tools. It's all the same process. But the beautiful thing about this system, though, is when they fill out that form, it goes right into your CRM. Okay. So if someone where it's more than just a lead, right? And it's more than just a form with a phone number, because they go directly into your CRM. They go into that conversations tab. You have the ability to call them now and, send ringless voicemails and emails and combinations of all of those and build
Bridget,
out.
I can do that right now with what I have.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. You know what, Bridget? I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to build a website for myself, because when I built that other website, the phone, when I went to the phone, I put the website on my phone and it looked real good. Everything just populated. There wasn't any quirks that I had to, change the pictures and stuff. That's one thing. So what I think I'll do is I'll build a website for myself and then use that as a phone, a digital card. And then that way I can use the CRM and be able to catch, and then I'll be able to learn how that system works. So
yeah, I definitely recommend doing that, because it's one thing to say, oh, hey, Mr. Client, we can do this for you. But when you say, oh my gosh, look what I'm able to do with my business, and and it really helps you, because you as a business owner, I mean, no matter what business we're in, we all own businesses. We understand there are pain points, and there has to be a solution to this problem that I have. So if you can say, this was a huge problem for me and my business, and look what I was able to do, and look what, all of those amazing, exciting things that comes from your own experience. So it's an easy sell when you say, oh my gosh, here's what I was doing before, here's what I'm doing now. So yes. Yeah,
great. Okay, so I'll do that. I think that'll help. And I think I was talking to you two Q&As before, and Keck was on the line, and I was dealing with the video. But I think what I'll do is I'll use YouTube and I'll make it private so that it'll be restricted from people to get on. So I'll do that. Now, my last point, and the biggest one, even though, Bridget, I've been going real slow with everything, you've been patient with me, having to look at your information and learning from it and stuff. My business has grown. And this has been through word of mouth. And that's a good thing, but it's a bad thing, because I know I can do so much better with online marketing. I think you talked last week about leads, and you're excited about getting leads, and that's my passion too. And I've dabbled with things like Google Ads, Facebook ads, Microsoft ads. My question is, what would you think is the best platform to just get started with paid ads? I have an idea for free ads that I'm going to work on, but me coming, as let's say a client like me came to you and said, what is a good paid ad campaign to get started with? What would you share?
What do you mean by like if I was going to do it myself, or if I was going to hire someone to do it?
If you were to counsel me and I came to you and said, look, I know a little bit about paid advertising, but what's a good, since you're an expert in paid advertising, what would be a good platform to at least get started with quickly?
You're talking about like Google ads and things like that. I mean, there's lots. I definitely am far from an expert when it comes to paid advertising. I know digital, I know marketing, right? But when it comes to, for me personally, I don't feel like I can run my own ads. I've done that before. I've run thousands of ads. I've lost thousands of dollars in ads, because I never want a client to pay for my learning experience. I know that a lot of people do that, but I've always outsourced that. And I have a person on Fiverr that I've used before, but here's what I hate about all those things. Digital ads, there's certain criteria that you need to get your ads approved. And really, it takes trial and error to learn those things. There's great training programs, but again, you can know the process, and then you get a pharmacy client, and then you find out, oh, they need to have legit scripts encoded at the bottom of their website, and they have to go through all this. So there's so many things with that are so different for so many niches that I just outsource those things. The beautiful thing about High Level is they have a marketplace, and they have people who you can hire to, and it's like you're saying, Marcel, you're growing and you love the getting leads. So is that really a path that you want to go down, because if you're scaling, you need to be the face of your company. You need to be bringing in the clients. And then when you're you can't bring in the clients at the same time as fulfilling all of the work. Right. I mean, if you can balance all that, again, it's totally up to you, and you are the only one who knows your business and what you want to do. But if you do like getting the leads, I would suggest outsourcing. The cool thing about High Level is when the team does that, it connects to their Google Ads account. They can actually see, are their ads profitable? How many people clicked? What's the conversion? High Level can set all that up. And it's like, I just rather them do it.
So now, do you outsource in High Level, or?
Yes, I'm outsourcing everything to High Level right now.
In High Level, okay. So they're doing the ads and they're doing the campaigns, and then they feed you the leads, and then you follow up with those leads.
No, they don't feed me the leads. I get the leads. And I do the client consultations and all, I use High Level for my own agency. But when I do get a client and I'm doing a consultation, or I create a proposal or whatever, I'm going to hire them. They just make it so easy. I trust them. They handle multi-million-dollar campaigns. The reporting is good. If you have a client who is chucking in thousands of dollars a month in Google ads, you need to show them that it's working. And so that's a part of it if you're running paid ads.
So what's the cost for High Levels outsourcing? Is that?
I'll just show you.
Okay, great.
Most people will never show you these things because.
Bless you, Bridget. Thank you so much, man.
Because because we have to upcharge, right? Yeah, so a lot of people are like, I don't really want to show that.
Because like I said, I'm, and word of mouth is working for me, and I've never, and I hate it because I'm always taught attraction marketing versus push marketing, But when the push marketing is working, I'd say, man, if I could just get some sort of campaign going, it'd be game over. But
Yeah. So let's go to they have one thing in here, and I actually have a meeting with them because I want to learn more about some of the things in here. They have like a full service marketing.
Okay.
So they have this omnipresent package here.
Okay.
And this really intrigues me for my high-end clients because they need all these things. And again, it's just another. The thing about when you're an agency owner is like, yes, you can have anybody you want. You can have, you can make lots of room, in the profit. Like I could probably string together 3 different freelancers to be able to accomplish the same result. But what's going to happen is I'm going to have to manage all those freelancers. I'm going to have a system in place that I can follow up with them, that they can also do reporting, because I'm going to need to show my client what's going on, that everything is working. Otherwise, they're just going to cancel, because if they're not getting results, that's it, right? So they have like systems like this, right? And they suggest, $3,000, and so you might be thinking, okay, if I have a really big client though, $1,000 is not enough. You have to like account for like 30% for taxes and costs and And so now you're not making that much money. But think again about, this is like a basic service, right? So there's upsells in that. There's also, like you said, the word of mouth. And with this type of system put in place, you could charge whatever you want to, and you could literally have thousands of clients, Marcel, and have everything taken care of for you. So this is a beautiful, beautiful system for someone who is like us, who we just want to get leads. Let me show you the advertising though, because there's more to that.
Please,
paid advertising.
Yeah. And so you went to Marketplace. Can I go to Marketplace too? That's where I can go in mine.
Yeah, you have to be an agency owner. So you can get the starter plan for $97 a month and get access to the Marketplace. So that may be something you want to consider as well.
Great.
Other cool thing about this is they tell you specifically what they're going to do. That's something that's hard to gauge too, as an agency owner. When you're like, okay, I'm going to do Google ads now. And it's like, well, how do they present? Like, what do they do for that price? So that's a hard thing to figure out. So it tells you specifically. So that way you can put this in your contract. When we do Google ads setup only, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do these things, and it's going to be this price. Okay. So then you have this option here. So they do, advertising. So they do Facebook, they do Instagram, they do Google AdWords, YouTube ads, and then ads with ongoing management. So if you want to look at that, it's like, so you have your price here, set up in monthly management, and then here's what they're going to create, and then your price. And so it seems really expensive, but again, but if they're doing marketing, they're going to do everything. They're going to do the marketing for all of those platforms, and then they will give you the leads. Will they do any follow-up? Basically, they will do, and I have a meeting to talk about the specifics, but from what I gather is, like at the omnipresent one, for example, I was really looking into that one because I have a few clients that are ready to scale and do big things. So what they do for that one is they actually assign an account manager, and it's all white labeled. So my clients will get an account manager, and then they will. So you see how for someone who wants to get leads, it's like, whoa, this is what I've been needing.
Yeah, that's great, Bridget. Okay, so I can just go to the Marketplace in my back office, and then I can click there. And if you
have a high level account, so you can get one. Yeah, you can get one start out at the $97 plan, and you'll have
And what is your link for the for that 97?
If you go to visionmarketinganddesign.com, you'll see it says for agencies. Click here, and that's where it goes to my affiliate link.
Okay,
and you'll still keep your Team Vision account. That'll never go away.
Okay. Now, so I'm glad you said that. So, what if I wanted to start small? Because you said I already have the access to the the platforms in one service, the emails, the texting, that's already in one service. So if I start with building my website that will be like a digital business card, I can start learning how the system works. And then when I build up, I can start getting the word out with the high level marketing platform.
Here's what I suggest you do.
Please.
Your first client that you feel like I need to outsource services for this
Right.
client, build in the $97 fee for for that $97 plan.
Okay.
And then you don't have to worry about it.
Okay.
Then you can keep your team vision. We can create a snapshot. You can use that account for whatever you want to.
Okay.
You will have a sub account to run your own agency within that. And then you'll have control over or be able to access the marketplace with all those services.
Thank you, Bridget. Yeah, you gave me a working platform to do. Now, hopefully it doesn't take me. I'm not calling you in 6 months and saying, well, I'm ready to get started, but I'll take some action. Thanks.
You'll get it. You'll get it.
All right. I'm going to, I'll still listen in, but I'll let somebody else talk. Thanks, Bridget.
Okay, you're welcome. Hello, how's everyone else? Did anybody else have questions?
Yeah, I have a quick one. I want to thank Marcel for asking that. He must have been reading my mind. But for some of us, I saw those prices that are just getting started and can't. That's my downfall, is the leads. I've been working so hard on that. My question then, I heard you mention Fiverr. Can you outsource there also for, oh, that's so exciting. But what should I be looking for if I go there, which I'm going to do, because I've been busting my head for the last 2 weeks trying to learn Google. I'm like, no, I can't get this. This is like driving me nuts. So when you said that, it was like, wow, thank you, Marcel. And so what should I look for when I go to Fiverr? Because I'm doing that today. I'm not going to try to learn this. Like you always say, Bridget, automation.
Yeah.
Why should I learn it when I know I don't want to lose thousands of dollars? I don't have thousands of dollars to lose. Yeah. So that would be just crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. And even if you outsource, here's the thing with Fiverr is, especially if it's the first time you've ever hired someone, they're probably not going to try that hard because they're like, oh, I'm just going to help this person, whatever. So definitely look for reviews when you look on Fiverr. That's a big, big thing. Look for reviews, read what the negative reviews are. I always go there first because, if I see anything like, if you see the same, and this is true for any business, if you see the same thing in all the negative reviews, it's like, that's a problem there. So I don't want that to happen to me. And you may choose another person. So I always look at the negative reviews first. And then I want to see lots of reviews, right? And then I'm going to look at the packages and things. And I want to compare that package with somebody else's package and their reviews. And then I will message them. And messaging them, if you ask a few questions, like I kind of test them. And I say, hey, here's what I'm trying to accomplish. Could you give me like a custom quote for that? I may ask them a few questions to make sure they really understand Google Ads. And if you don't know anything about Google Ads, look up a blog post about how to run Google Ads and then just ask them questions from that. Seriously, it sounds so crazy, but it's a little test, like if I'm paying a lot of money, especially if it's a client, I want to know that this person knows what they're talking about. So yeah, that's kind of what I look for, but you can go to Fiverr and just search Google Ads and you'll find lots of people. And if you private message me on Telegram, I'll send you the link to the person I use.
Oh, that would be great, because I'm really been working at it, and I resorted to, well, not resorted to, but I'm glad that I did to James. And I bought some ads from him that are really doing well. I'm like, wow, I'm getting some good ones. But to learn this, it's going to take a lot of time, which I don't have. And it's like either learn this and waste time getting leads and doing what I have to do. The IPA, income producing activities, are just not there when I'm trying to learn that. It's not working for me. Mm-hmm. So when you said Fiverr, and I wouldn't have asked that if Marcel hadn't asked. So thanks, Marcel, again, if he's listening. But thank you. I'm going to message you definitely. I think I'm going to start with that. One question on that further is, which is better, Bing or Google Ads? I know Google Ads is big, but Bing, I've been reading up on it, and I think Bing has a lot of people that are a certain age that spend more money.
Mhm.
Is that true?
That's what I've heard. I've heard that Bing is cheaper and it's a different type of clientele. It's like it's um, an older type of user. And yeah, I've heard that too about they make more. I don't have any proof to say that that's true, but those are the things that I've heard that, the cost per click is less expensive. And that the people who use Bing are usually like an older generation with more money, basically. So
Do you think
it
that
may
would
be
be
something that you want to test, like do a test on Google and then maybe do a test on Bing and just do a real low test and see which one is getting better results and then just put your money in that one.
okay? I'm gonna try that. Thank you so much. I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
it.
You're welcome. How are you, Edison?
Hi, Bridget. How are you doing?
You're good.
Hello to everyone else. Glad to be here again on this Q&A.
Yeah.
So looking forward to it.
You're welcome.
Okay, so last week we were speaking about the store that I'm working on, and I took your advice, and I did a comparison between Shopify as well as WooCommerce. And given I saw the pros and the cons. So given what came up, Shopify was really at more or less at the top of the list. I look at the cost factor and all that kind of stuff. But I think for someone who is starting up, Shopify is a lot easier. Then I learned as well that there are some technical issues with WooCommerce because WooCommerce is a free plugin on WordPress that you can run into situations. So I started on Shopify. The only issue is that I'm having is to have the products imported into the store because I'm using, I thought that maybe I haven't found it as yet, but I'm not sure if there's some kind of plugin. I was actually hoping that this could have been done on this platform, Go High Level, but I saw one of your videos earlier in the week where you were in fact alluding to the fact that it's coming. I saw you were looking at something and talking about it. But meanwhile, I'm working on that. So I'll probably have to get somebody who can assist me with respect to the importation of the products in, because I did import it, but some of them didn't come out the way it was supposed to. There were a lot of errors as well. And there's a community on Shopify. I reached out to a guy, but so far I haven't gotten the response that I'm looking for. So I'm working on that.
Did you contact Shopify and their support to see if they could help you?
Yeah, that's itself. Yeah.
Okay.
They have a whole bunch of people there. So I did reach out to one. He did get back to me asking me if I'm using AliExpress or Oberlo. By the way, I found out that Oberlo is in fact a Shopify. It's a Shopify platform.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's theirs, but they only cater for importing AliExpress products. My products are not AliExpress, so that for me is a little thing there. Okay, however, aside from the store that I'm trying to get going, I saw your presentation on automation, and I was really intrigued by it because in my mind, when I'm looking at, that to me is something that is so important, because I'm somebody who comes from a sales background where I spent a number of years, and I remember using a CRM called ACT in my business back then. And the whole question of having customer follow-up automation CRM was very important. And so looking at it, you remember I asked the question about, I think, yes, I asked it to you last week about network marketing. Network marketing involves a lot of follow-up and nurturing. And I can see this fitting into that space there.
Mhm.
So here's the question I have for you, Bridget. If I recall, I think it was some time back when you were on Builderall, you were inviting people to give you ideas of something that they want to see built. Are you still taking that approach on Go High Level?
Yeah, you can always suggest things.
Yeah. So I am just thinking about the idea of doing network marketing complete with automation. I mean, getting the web pages in the issue is the whole question of automation, because to me, that's my that's a project. I haven't started it as yet because I want to get the store out of the way. But if once you have something like that, I can see Go High Level. I will invest in having a Go High Level plan, because on that platform, I can see where as you get people, your team, you can give them sub accounts now and you're sharing these, what do you call it again? These snaps, is it snapshots?
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. I am already seeing how, you have a whole community there, and it's an incentive for people to come on board, and it's all done for you sort of thing. And they can just, the whole duplication process is taking place. I am excited about that. When I saw that automation thing, it really began to come together for me, because I'm seeing that this could really be huge in the network marketing industry.
Yeah, think about this, Edison. If you have a network marketing business and you use that as a bonus for like you could sell anything. What network marketer wouldn't want to be on your team if, because here's what happens in network marketing. You do a Facebook Live and you're like, oh, I'd have this product and I love it. And then they go Google and then they sign up under somebody, or they do a YouTube video. But if you say, here's what I'm promoting. I love this. And if you would like to, sign up or whatever, here's what all the members of my team get. And then you could have this whole snapshot and you could say, you can have all of these tools, you can have this and da, 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 da. Now think about, not only are you setting them up for success, but think about when they are ready to run Google ads, who are they going to contact? When they're ready to do Facebook ads, who are they contacting? When they need a website built or they have, whatever, they're going to contact you because you are the agency owner. They're at least going to say, Edison, what do you recommend for Facebook ads? Because you're the person that they've built this know, like, and trust factor with. So yes, it's very, very good for that. As far as like the funnel and stuff, all of these things are the same. You have a lead magnet. You give them something of value in order for them to opt in, and then you follow up. You give them information about you, about your business. It can be, I showed yesterday how to utilize the workflows and how you can immediately send them a text message when they fill out the form. You can give them a call. You can send an email. You can do all of the above. You can do combinations of different things. So you can automate this whole process. You can even create workflows where you ask them a question, and if they give an answer, the system, the AI is smart enough to know if that answer was a positive or negative response. And then you can build a workflow to say, hey, if they choose a positive response, like, sure, okay, awesome, thank you, or something like that, then I want you to do this. And then if they give a negative response, then I want you to do this, because maybe if they say, no, I don't want to book an appointment, maybe you want to call them right away. So you can set it up to call your phone and say, hey, you had a person who said no in your funnel or whatever. Do you want to call them or whatever? So you can really, and from sales, it's really the same process, right? You have to get them interested enough to want more info. And then when they request more info, then it's all the same process, right? So it could be a lead magnet of, what does your pharmacist wish you knew about your medications? It could be a lead magnet of Google My Business. It could be a lead magnet about the keto diet, or, whatever, top 10 skincare tips for, women, or whatever you want it to be that your target audience is interested in. You create that lead magnet and then a follow-up sequence. It's all the same process. But yeah, you create that for a specific network marketing company, And then you provide that as a snapshot. And then not only do they have the tools, but they have the system and yeah, it's great for network. It's kind of what I'm doing here. I kind of do a hybrid of like affiliate marketing with like my clients, and then I use the platform for all of those things. So yeah, sky's the limit, really.
Yeah, I see the potential, and it's huge. It's really huge.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, building out a whole network marketing system as a proof of concept is important, because if I can begin to do it on this platform and start to recruit people, obviously, then I simply convert to the agency plan and now have them as, you know, they get a free account. Whoever they get a free sub account and so on. I can see that this can really, because there's nothing like it out there as far as I'm aware, and I've searched and look at different things. It's not as comprehensive, because the beauty about this is the ability to set these workflows that is automated. That to me is such a big deal. So I'm seeing the potential and the idea. Yeah. And so the first step for me is to build out that proof of concept. Test it. I know it's gonna work, but it's just to do it on my own, and then, you know, you switch over. So
here's the simplest thing that you could do, Edison. The simplest funnel that you can possibly create is a page that says book a demo or book a whatever with you. Do like a fit. Honestly, this has been the most successful thing for me. The most successful strategy is to have them book, because here's the thing. Lots of people are interested in things. It's like high level. I have a lot of people contacting me that have tons of questions and they're interested, but it's like, I don't know if it does this, and I really need something to do that. They just have questions and they need someone to be like, hey, here's what my business is. Does it do that? Because I just need to hear someone say that it does that, and then I'm ready to. So like that 15-minute like demo or whatever you want to call it, depending on your business, is so powerful, because now they're talking to you, you've answered all their questions, and then you can have them sign up before the demo's over, you know? So honestly, if I was going to create any type of a simple something, like if it's network marketing, do something like, let's say it was a health product, you could do like some kind of a lead magnet. And then on the second page, and that's kind of what we talked about all week, creating that lead magnet funnel and then having them book the appointment. So you give them like a lead magnet. And then on the second page, it says, and if you would like to, you know, talk to me and ask your questions and book like a marketing audit or whatever you want to call it, then you can book. And you can build all that out in high level in your Team Vision account.
Great. Okay, two other questions. One, as I was coming on, I heard, is it Marcel here? You were addressing the question of Facebook. Mm-hmm. Now, with our sub agency account, now I have more than one Facebook page. I cannot attach all of them. I can only do one. That's what you're saying?
Right.
Okay. If you have an agency account now, like the 297, how can you have all of them connected, but it's going to be under a separate sub account? Is that how it works?
So you can have one Facebook page per sub account. So if you wanted to have multiple Facebook pages, they would have to be multiple sub accounts, and then it wouldn't show up in the same conversations tab.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Because again, it's one of those things that as marketers, we're like, well, I want 100 Facebook pages because I have 100 brand, you know, but as a local business, it's like they really only have one. So the sub account is really, you know, we're used to kind of having all these tools, and then it's like you log in and you're like, whoa, I'm overwhelmed. So it's really designed to be very simplified. And that's why you have like the first page is your launch pad, and it's like, click here to download the app, click here to connect your Google, click here to connect your Facebook. So it's very, very simple for that reason, because it's really designed for local business to just get in there and connect all their stuff and then, you know, to use for,
So okay, so in that particular case, I guess let's say you have let's say we're talking about in the network marketing space where you have products. So maybe the page may not be the Facebook page may not be my personal page. Let's say it might be the company. In that case, you wouldn't connect the company. You just send a link to join its Facebook group. And if you do have any like training material, then you can probably use the e-learning aspect of Go High Level to put that stuff inside of there. Okay, so it's about consolidating. Okay, I get it. As far as that is concerned, because I was actually wondering if you have if you're doing your own personal branding and you have, more than one page, I guess it's
because I have my own brand, and then I have my lawn care business, and then the Vision Food Tools. And so what I'm doing is I'm just creating sub accounts for the different brands, and that honestly is it's a lifesaver, because the last thing I want is someone from the lawn care business contacting me on my vision marketing, because then now all the correspondence I'm sending them is going to be from vision marketing and not from the lawn care or the Vision Food Tool. So it really would get super confusing. So it's definitely better to keep those brands separate. And then, I can connect the correct Facebook page to the correct Google My Business account, and have all of my emails, all the users being, sent from into the right place, and the phone numbers also, texting and things, all coming from one brand.
Okay, so here's another thing I wanted to ask as well. I observe in the workflow, you have the opportunity to text, SMS, and so on. And I was just wondering, because I know I have not seen it there. There is no chatbot feature, is there?
No chat?
Chatbot.
Oh, a chat bot?
Yeah.
No, not technically, but you can set up triggers and trigger links and different things to where, and then you can also use like the, you can build out a chat bot, basically what I'm saying, in the workflows. So if you say someone, you could start a chat with like, when they, answer this or whatever, then do this and all. So you could do that in the workflows. So
in other words, you can build a conversation flow with the triggers depending on what the answer. Then you have a reply, and the conversation keeps going on.
Yeah.
And all of that would be captured in the conversation window that you talk about, where everybody conversation goes there.
Yeah. So like, for example, in that demo workflow that I showed yesterday, there's like a combination of like texting and calling and emailing and all of that. And then it also used like the smart, the response, whatever that's called. So the cool thing is like, with the texting and the emails and the calls, all of that's in the conversation tab under that client's profile. And you can listen to the phone calls, you can read the text, you can read the emails and the replies. Man, that has been, honestly, like I was telling Marcel, use it yourself first, because you will see really the pain points that this tool solves by using it yourself. And then you can go to other people and be like, oh my gosh, I was doing this before. And then your excitement, because like when I tell you guys about the conversations tab, I'm like a kid on Christmas. I'm like, and then you guys are not gonna, because like, that's my true excitement, because that's such a solution for me, like getting all these, and I know that it's the same for every business. I'm thinking about the lawn care business, my pharmacy clients, all of the people that I work with. I think this is like consistently the same problem that we all have, no matter what business we're in, is how everyone contacts us from all different places. And it's really hard to keep track of, I might get the 20 questions a day that are all the same, but I don't know which time I answered from Bob. Did I answer his text over here, his Facebook message, or his phone call? And when was the last one that was received? So all all of those things are made so simple. So yeah, if you use it yourself, you'll see. It's amazing.
That's amazing. That's really amazing.
Yeah, it really
Like
is.
that.
Yeah.
Good. Very good.
Cool.
I'm excited about what the future holds.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Me too. Oh, yeah. And speaking of the future, so here's something cool about High Level as well. Is I invested in the support system of our agency, so I hired them. But they also have this option where you can hire them to do your onboarding. So I have an appointment with them next week. But what I'm going to start doing now is on December 1st, when we do our official launch, then I am going to be providing a 1-hour onboarding for my new clients. So it will be as a part of the package, because like I said, the prices are going way up. So it will be included. So here's the thing with marketing, and it doesn't matter what business you're in or whatever. The struggle is going to be the adoption. And you guys know, because we just came from another platform and now we're on this new platform, and all the anxieties, and like, oh my gosh, how do I set up my phone number? How do I do my emails? How do I build a web? And it's like, you're so overwhelmed that what ends up happening, you're like, I'm canceling. I don't have time to dive into this. I don't have time. I'm so overwhelmed. I just looked up Twilio and it seems like, something foreign to me. I don't even know. So we get all this anxiety and we're like, we don't. But if you get your clients in, it's like you were saying, Edison, maybe you're doing some health something, a network company that has nothing to do with digital tools. And your clients are like, yay, Edison, I'm so excited about this product, but I don't know how to build websites. I don't know how to do any of this stuff. But what if you said, hey, I'm also going to provide for you a 1-hour onboarding session, and I'm going to get your Twilio set up for you, and we're going to set up your emails, and we're going to get your, all of these things. If it can be done in an hour, that's what we're going to do. So that is powerful for many reasons, because it, again, is a solution to a problem. Right? The problem of the adaptation of getting onboarded, but also what a good investment, because if they're onboarded with no problem, like Edison, if you came to Team Vision and you're like, within an hour, we had your website set up and your emails and your, all these things connected for you, then you'd be like, oh, cool. I'm staying here forever. So that's really the psychology. I think we all feel like that. Like if I came to High Level and somebody said, hey, Bridget, I'm just going to set this whole agency up for you in an hour, I'd be like, I don't care what I need to pay. I would do it. So that's something, again, and no matter, it's like I was saying, booking the demo, you get yourself in front of that person, you start to build that relationship instantly. But if you can have, and I'm not doing the onboarding, it's actually High Level experts, that it's the same support team that I use. They're doing the onboarding. But again, it's like I have the expert doing it, so I don't have to do it. It takes the burden off of me. It helps provide a really professional service for my clients and things like that. So super excited. And again, it's not rocket science. I just hired them to do it. So you don't have, you want to get leads, you don't have to do any of this stuff, and you can have, all that you need.
And the beauty about it is that it's white label. So nobody would know that they are not your staff, really. It would appear that it makes your business look larger than life. That's basically what it is.
Yeah. We're all creatures of like perception. We all judge things as soon as we look at it, and so even if you had no followers whatsoever, no one's ever heard of you, it would be challenging to get leads. But technically you could run, if you build this system that looks professional, when people land on your webpage or they check out your Facebook or whatever, that's what you need, is you need that profession. So you could build it all up, run paid ads, and then introduce yourself. I prefer to do like I've built my own brand and things like that. So I love the organic marketing. I feel like for me, it's what I like to do. And I get better conversions when I just meet people. So I'd rather say, hey, you want to book a demo, than run $1,000 in Google ads. But that's me and my business and how it's all structured. So it's all different. But yeah, you could totally do that.
Let me just say make this last comment here before I let somebody, I don't know if anybody else want to say anything. Sometimes what you can become is it a victim? You can become a victim of what you know. Here's why I say that. Of course, I'm still with Builderall. To be honest, I like Go High Level. I plan to enjoy the best of both worlds. Although I really believe you can get everything on high level, that's not an issue for me. The plan I have with Builderall, I'm grandfathered into it, so it's not costing me anything more. I still love the community and everything else, and I believe that they will improve. They have to improve. I mean, they must improve as they go along, although it may take a longer while. But here's the thing. I'm building, my sister's having this book launch, so I started to do a book launch that's going to be connected to a viral funnel, a book launch funnel to go on to connect to a viral funnel to get people to share so they have the opportunity to get a free copy of a book. And there I am. I went in the settings and I changed some information. I saved it. Then when I come back out, the old information is still there. I refresh, I save, I refresh, I save. And it's like, okay, it's sort of like, well, you weren't finding any faults before. How come now all of a sudden that you're on Go High Level, you started to see all these issues popping up? You understand what I'm saying? I'm not being facetious about it. It's just that it's one of those things where sometimes, my deceased mother used to say, what I ain't see, heart doesn't hurt. Okay. So in other words, what you don't see may not hurt you, or what you don't know won't hurt you. But when you know some things, sometimes, so I had the issue with the server with WooCommerce, and now I say, what's going on here, But it's just one of those things, but I'm not bashing the product. I mean, I really believe that Builderall has some future in the marketplace, and I would use, I'll alternate, but I do want to go higher in Go High Level. I see the value of what you say, what you've been sharing. In a way, I'm happy that you have introduced this task, because for me, it's a track already cut that you can run on, if you get what I'm saying. Okay. I'm not seeing anything that so much that I'm necessarily missing on Go High Level. I think it has more than enough to take you there. Neither do I find that it's too technical or anything like that. Maybe at my level of understanding, I think it's pretty straightforward. And even the websites, I was looking to see, because I know, with Cheetah, it's supposed to be faster. And when I look at what you're doing, I'm like, wait a minute, this thing is loading quick. The movements, and all of those things. But it's just a sort of, it was a sort of uncanny experience. And all of a sudden, I'm on Go High Level. And this is showing up on this end. I just thought I'd mention that,
Honestly, that was one of the first things that I said when I started, playing around with the website builder. I was like, oh my gosh, I thought I loved Cheetah before. But using the high level builder, I felt like I realized suddenly that I was driving like a 1982 Pinto, and then I stepped into like a 2024 Mercedes or something, and I was like, I had no idea what I was driving before. And then I stepped into this, and I'm like, it's the things, that you don't realize how annoying it is until you start using something different. And it's like moving panels. You click the button and it instantly moves. If you duplicate something, it instantly duplicates, instead of like duplicating and then it skips all the way to the down to the bottom of the screen, and then you have to like go back up and find it, and sometimes it's hidden under a panel and all those things. I get what you're saying. I do. But I never ever want to tell you don't use Builderall or any of that. I always say it's just, I feel like it's my responsibility to show you the cool things that I'm doing and let you know what the options are. And I definitely encourage you to choose whatever works best for you.
Yeah. I really appreciate that. And this is a big eye opener for me. And the learning curve for me as well is not as difficult as it may appear. It's all about understanding the principle of the thing, and then you can work from there.
Mhm.
So like I said, I do plan to have an agency account, but like you said, when I'm ready and I know that the business is there to
Mhm.
support it, it's going to happen. I'm not going to bite off more than I can chew, and I'm not going to really get on board when I'm not even ready. So I'm trying to work with a couple of idea scenarios, but I can see this thing can be very huge, more than just an agency thing. I can see so many things you can do. You can run sales campaign with different companies and all of that. You just set up their sub account, and it's just like all that information is there. Something like salesforce.com kind of thing. Yeah, I can see all of those opportunities inside of there. So I'm really, again, Bridget, thank you so much for what you do. You have this excitement about always wanting to give. No, I don't despise you. I love that. That's good. You know, the beauty about, whatever you do in life is going to come back to you, because it's the whole principle of sowing and reaping.
Mhm.
And just you are one of the few persons that I've seen who was always excited. Oh, guys, I'm so excited to share this with you, and you eager. And there are some people, they'll be like, why should I share this with them? But you want to share and you want to give. Maybe if you could have given all of us an agency platform, you would have done it. That's the kind of heart. That's what I'm sensing from you. But I really, really I really, really appreciate the fact of what you're doing. I mean, I cannot overstate it, that it's really a blessing. And you've opened my eyes. I'm sure a lot of the other people on board as well. There's a guy who, he's not in this call. I connect with him because he's from my home country, Trinidad, and he says to me, "Have you looked at Go High Level on Bridget's?" I said, "Of course, I am there. I am one of Bridget's founding members. From the time she started, I jumped on board." He said, "Go High Level. This, in fact, he's on your $47 plan." He says, "This thing has potential." And I said, "Of course it has potential." So people are seeing, and what you're doing, the seeds you're sowing, it's coming back to you. So thank you, Bridget,
Well,
again.
well, thank you for saying that. I totally just believe I am a purpose-driven person. And so when I
Yeah.
think of value to give to people, I think what would have helped me figure out whatever it is that I'm supposed to do. I always try to drive. There's so many people. It's like you were saying there, the people are like, "Oh, I'm so excited about this," but they're not really excited. It's just like the front that they're putting on because they're trying to promote a product. And
That's true.
I am so transparent. I can't lie, for one, because it's written all over my face. I just feel like I might as well be wearing like a purple elephant suit because I can't lie. And I have no interest in that. There's too many liars. There's too many like sneaky snakes online. The longer that you're in this, the more you realize that. And so how do you stand out in the market? It's really a shame that you stand out by telling the truth and just to
Yeah.
be an honest person. And that's the other I don't tell you, yeah, no, Edison, really, you should just hang out with High Level until we finally get Shopify, and then you could purchase it from me. And that's what a lot of them do. They'll say, oh
Yeah.
yeah, but Edison, keep holding on and just put off that dream you have of your.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to do that. I would rather tell you what I truly believe is best for your business. And
Yeah.
I feel like it'll just come back to me in another way.
Of
I
course
don't
it will.
need to trick you. I don't need to like tell you put off what you're doing, what you feel
Yeah.
passionate about, because I want to benefit from it 2 months down the road.
Yeah.
That is just so far. I honestly, I want you guys to just feel like if I go to Bridget, she's going to give me an honest answer of whatever she
Yeah.
thinks is, I'm not saying I'll always be right, but I will honestly always tell you exactly what I think is best for you, not me.
Yeah. Well, the trust factor is definitely there. because
Okay.
you not only say that you're transparent, but from where I sit, as far as I'm concerned, I think you've been pretty upfront and open with everyone. So and trust is important. That's one of the bedrock of any relationship, that you can trust that when someone says something, their word is their bond. And for me, that's an important thing. I've never felt, you're being sneaky or anything like that. In fact, I am driven to want to support you and to want to be part of what you're doing, because I feel that you're going somewhere and you're not doing it selfishly. You're really, this is how I sincerely feel. I'm that kind of person too. I am somebody who will tell you how I feel. I don't believe in pretending for anybody. I am open. I mean, on my job, it's like, I talk, I tell people like it is in a respectful way, and I like to connect with people who I feel are open. If they say, Edison, you're doing nonsense, okay, fine, all right, I'll listen to what you say. But I don't like the spammy kind of promotional, exciting, and there's really behind it no heart. It's just a show. It's like subterfuge, you put it on an act to get people. I don't get that impression about you. And I've seen a lot of the folks in Builderall as well. They're like that, as well. Some of them, they're very, very, that they have a heart for people, and that's important to me. So, I'm on your team, and I want to grow. And the best way to do it is to make something that you'll be proud of, and that's what I'm aiming to do. That I could come back to you and wow you. Oh wow, then it'll
And
be like,
I want to be a part of
yeah,
helping you to make that
good.
you're proud of.
I'm happy to hear that as well, because I need you in my corner, not against me. I need you in my corner.
Well,
All right,
I'm
Bridget.
happy to be here. This is the exciting part for me, is because
Yeah.
I know the struggle, and
Yes.
I know what it's like you have this vision, this thing that you want to do, that you just feel so called to do.
Yeah.
But logically, it doesn't make sense to you. And maybe it doesn't logically make sense to your family and friends either. But you're like, I just feel like inside of me, I can't deny this feeling of what I'm supposed to be doing. That is what excites me. I don't care if it's you owning a pharmacy or promoting a network marketing company, or you have a plumber business or whatever it is. That's what's exciting to me, is bringing that out so that people realize that this thing that's been in them that they thought, oh, I like to draw, but I could never be an artist, or, but it's so possible. I think that we all have this thing in us that we know, I would really love to do that. And that's what we're supposed to be doing. We're not supposed to be miserable 40 hours a week, counting the minutes till retirement. That's not what we were created for. We were created for greatness, and we have something in us that has to come out. It's like burning inside of us, and it has to come out for the market. The market's waiting. And if you die before you ever realize that, it's like the world has lost a gift that you were created to give.
Definitely so, Bridget. Definitely. All right. I see. I don't know. I hope we haven't put everybody else asleep, because I see that this conversation took up a bit of time.
Okay. So. I don't see any hands up, so we were just talking, so it's fine. I'm sure someone got some value from it, Edison. You just never know who's watching and who needs to hear it. Like that message with you on Facebook a few weeks ago. I was like, were you reading my mind, Edison? Because I was just thinking that same thing.
Oh, you were. Yeah. That's so amazing. It is. You never can tell who you would be a blessing to by what you say or what you do. And the whole point behind it is that whatever you do it from a sincere heart. Without any the world is looking for people who are genuine, who are not pretensive, who are not trying to entrap you, who are not after what you have, but they are more about giving you what they have without any thought of what do I get back from you. I think the world needs a lot more people like that, because that's how we grow. I always tell people that a tree does not bear, the fruit that a tree bears, it does not consume it. But the fruit that it bears is for the consumption of others. And that's what brings a value to that tree in return. Because of what it bears and the benefit it is to others, it makes that tree relevant. Otherwise, who wants a fruit tree that bears no fruit?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, and
so
think about that apple tree that's growing in the orchard, and it's like, I just want to keep all these apples for myself. What's going to happen? They're just going to
yes.
rot and fall off. That
Yes.
tree is just there in the field of other apple trees, but it's dying, and it's not being used for the purpose it was created for.
No.
So yeah, it's just I'm so purpose driven, and I feel like if I just live my life with integrity and helping people, that all of those other things work itself out. The business, the money, all that stuff, it just works itself out.
And that's why I'm someone who believe in sharing knowledge. Some people, you know, there's a school of thought where people say, well, the teacher must always have something on his student. My philosophy is that the teacher has contributed to make the student who they are. And the whole idea is that the student become even better. You're lifting it to another level. It's like climbing a ladder. You know, each step you take takes you higher up on your own. So if I am the reason why you get where you are, then I've contributed to you. It doesn't matter if you end up knowing more than me. You may know more than me in a particular way, but there are other things I would know that you probably wouldn't know, and vice versa. So it's all about, you know, that, like as you said, integrity. That's one of the key things. So I'm liberal in sharing information. Maybe that's why I connect with you too, because I see what you're doing. It reminds me of myself. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to, you know, and I don't hold back. I said, okay, you know, and let me help you here. I can do this, do that, you know. So
yeah, and by
that's how it
helping
is.
people, we're all looking for ways to stand out in the market.
Yeah,
so if you can
definitely
help people without asking for anything in return, that's going to make you stand out
That's a
miles
blessing.
above other people.
It is a blessing.
Unfortunately, it's like that. But for us who are like, I just naturally want to do that, it's great.
Yes. Yeah, definitely so.
Okay, well,
Bridget.
yeah, I think we will definitely call this a day. I don't see anybody else has their hands up or any questions. I'll definitely let you guys get to your weekend. Thank you so much for joining me, Edison, as always. It's nice chatting with you. I think everybody else is pretty much like, maybe they're just in deep thought about this conversation. You know, I need to give more. I need to stop being the apple tree, holding on to my apples.
But anyhow, I'd like to see you and before you go, Bridget. I'd like you to take a shot at that. If we can do that as a project.
Oh, the network marketing thing?
Yeah, all the way to automation. You know.
Yeah.
I'd like to see that. Okay.
Sure
okay.
thing. All right. Well, thank you again for joining me, and I hope you all have an excellent weekend. Go make your vision a reality.